Finally, it's raining. I've been waiting so long to do this video. This is Scott Ergo Shield wet weather gear, rain gear. I think it's got an official name, but I'm kind of butchering it, and it's awesome. I really like it. I've been using this stuff for well over a year now, almost 2 years, and it's wet weather gear that I discovered of my own accord and bought with my own money, and this set I've paid for myself. It's not an endorsed video in any way, shape or form. So what this is a proper external wet weather layer. There's a lot of wet weather gear out there available for motorcycle riders, but to be 100% honest with you, a lot of it is absolute garbage. This stuff here is 100% waterproof. I'm not joking, it is 100% waterproof. Water does not go through this, my zip, anything. It does not go through it, no matter what happens. For me, several hours at a time, raining. The only place I will get seepage is through the arms, where it's not tight enough, or you've got the elastic kind of unfixed because of maybe a bottom jacket layer or something like that, or maybe around the neck if you get a couple of drips between your helmet and your wet weather gear, I guess. And I'm not cold. That's partly due to the fact I should probably turn these on. Look, I've got heated grips, so the only problem having them down there is that I almost crash every time I put them on. 100% feel dry. I've got wet weather shoes as well. These things here are Motor Dry kicks. Motor Dry is a brand that just kind of entered the New Zealand market, and it's 100% entry-level gear. Just a bit of a disclaimer, my gloves are not waterproof. These are 5 RS3 black gloves. I go through one pair of these every 9 to 12 months, and that's with daily use. I don't wear winter gloves in the winter, but I should because it gets really cold. But I do have these Oxford heated grips, which help a dramatic amount. Now, just in case any of you think that it's not wet enough, I will do something about that. I don't know how many kilometers I've done so far. Oh, I felt it drip down my neck. That was miserable. Alright, I'm out in the country, and it's still raining. The whole reason I've come out here into the country is so I can do higher speeds, therefore the rain hits harder and should get in my gear better. Technically, if my gear is not as good as I say it is, but it is. I wonder if people look at me in this weather thinking you're stupid. Probably. Wet. 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 Hey look, cows. Cows are curious creatures. And you know on small bike stuff we love cows. Hello! 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 Goodbye. You would not believe how hard it is to find rain that lasts more than 5 minutes in any direction while you're riding a motorcycle. We've had a lot of rain this week, but it's been sporadic showers here and there, and so I'll get all dressed, get my wet weather gear on, jump out into the country, and then I go and start filming my wet weather gear review. And what's happening? Oh, the rain stopped. Oh, okay, cool. It's always interesting seeing how much you trust your bike and how much grip your tires actually have. And of course I'm trying to be as careful as possible because this is a one-of-a-kind bike in New Zealand. There's not many Honda Waves. Although I have discovered recently it's not the only Honda Wave, which is quite cool. Yes, I asked to buy the Honda Wave, and no, it was not for sale. Bottom layer of this wet weather gear comes up quite high, well above your belly button, and the top layer comes down over the top, creating a watertight seal of sorts that doesn't allow water to get through. There is no zip in the bottom layer, which is awesome because, as many of you will know, zips allow water to pool there while you're riding for long distance, depending on your sitting style on your bike. But water can pool on the zip portion of your bottom half, and it just starts to seep through. The zips on these have a waterproof internal layer, which is really awesome. Now a lot of you will, especially you small bike riders that haven't done much big bike riding, a lot of you will be scared to use the front brake in wet weather, but you really need to understand that it's safe to use your disc brake front end or your drum brake front end, preferably a disc, because drums are shit. Even though a lot of my bikes have had or do have drum brakes. Using a disc brake, even on gravel in wet weather, is possible safely. You just need to be taught how to use it, I guess is the best way to say it. So I highly encourage any of you out there who find yourself being a bit, I don't want to use the front brake, even though you probably should, and you rely on your rear more than you should, go and do a rider training course somehow, some way. Anyway, it's been a while now. I'm not cold, but it's annoying, so I'm gonna start heading back, and when I get back I'm going to take all my wet weather gear off and show you just how wet I am underneath. That was fun. Turn signal, turn traffic circles? Yes, those. We call them roundabouts in New Zealand. They're everywhere. They usually work pretty well, but that's on a main highway, so yeah. Anyway, new story. When I get back, I'm going to take all this stuff off and show you just how wet I am underneath. Unfortunately, I have not pre-thought this. I did not think it would rain or know it would rain today. So I'm not actually wearing the best colours to show you that I'm dry underneath. You know, if I was wearing a light grey on top and bottom, then you could see the water within seconds, but I'm wearing a dark grey on the top. And I'm wearing black jeans. So it's going to be hard to show you, but we'll figure it out. And blue socks as well. Alright, well I'm back, and as you can see, I'm still entirely in my wet weather gear. My gloves, I will be wet underneath these. As you can see, I've got wet hands. That's annoying, but that's life when you wear summer gloves year round. Let's throw them away. Alright, now my top layer is probably going to be the be-all end-all, and it is the top layer that you take off first as the gear is overlapping itself. As you can see, take the top layer off, and we have my wet weather gear up here. Now, as you can see, I'm fairly dry. I don't feel like I have any major wet patches or anything like that. And you can see from the inside of my jacket here that yes, there are a couple of wet patches up on the neck there, but internally, the way this gear is formed, it's just not wet. It's 100% fine. So that's really, really cool. And then these pants, you can simply slide them off, even when you're wearing shoes, which is really nice. But as you can see there, these things are absolutely soaked. But internally, once again, there's actually nothing around here. And this wet weather gear is really, really awesome because of this exact fact. Now, where am I wet? I am wet here. You'll see a darker patch here, right around the rim of my cuff. I am 100% wet from there up, but from here back, all around here, I feel 100% fine. Alright, now this is black, so you can't really see anything, but you could see if this is wet. It's not wet. Very last in the scenario, we have my shoes. Okay, now, these are the Motor Dry Kicks, and they're a really, really awesome shoe. And they do their job. They're pretty awesome in the respect of looking cool, actually being a motorcycle shoe. Now as you can see here, there is a little logo saying waterproof on the side there. However, my feet are definitely wet a little bit, so that's okay. Basically the front of my foot here on my hamburger socks, I also wore these on my CT125, or they're actually fast food socks, on my CT125 video. From about here up is wet, so that is a bit annoying. These things here, I've worn them pretty regularly. But they are entry level, and so it just seems like we are getting a bit of water interference around this area here. Is it disappointing? Yes and no. I mean, these are an entry level $200 shoe for motorcycles. Technically, if you were serious about motorcycles and wanted to stay waterproof, you'd get the appropriate adventure boot, or you'd get the appropriate
motorcycle racing boot, and these are 100% designed to kind of be an intermediary, be something that you can wear and ride to and from work, and also wear at work as well. And I have done that, and they're not too bad. And for $200 New Zealand, that's pretty good. Yes, they are advertised as waterproof, are they? Yeah, this much waterproof, this much not waterproof. Is that an accurate representation? I guess so. Buy them at your own peril. I still would rock these daily and would get another pair. That's me, because they're cheap enough. I'm not riding in the rain very often. So yeah, that's about it. Hopefully been an informative episode for you. You don't have to spend a ton of money to get wet weather gear or to stay dry while you're riding, or to be able to have the ability to ride in the rain without worry, and there are definitely better options for that. As you can see, my top layer and bottom layer, awesome. My shoe, not so great. So yeah, take that with what you will, and I hope you've enjoyed this episode. We'll see you another time on Small Bike Stuff. Thanks for watching.